If you clicked on this video, chances are you are new to Canada and looking for work. You have probably heard that networking is the most effective way to find a job, more effective than just sending out online applications. You believe that meeting people in your industry will open doors for you, but when it comes to actually reaching out, you freeze. You are not sure who to ask, how to reach, or what this whole coffee chat thing even is. You are worried that you are bothering someone or coming across as needy, and honestly, it just feels awkward. I get it because I have been there. When I first arrived in Canada 6.5 years ago, people kept telling me about networking and informational interviews, but I didn't do any of it. Not because I didn't want to, but because it wasn't part of my culture. Where I came from, reaching out to strangers for career advice just wasn't a thing. But in Canada, coffee chats are a totally normal and professional way to connect, to learn, and to uncover opportunities that you don't see on job boards. You are not bothering someone. You are actually showing initiative. And once you get past that initial discomfort, you will open doors that you didn't even know existed. Today, in this video, I will break down what a coffee chat is, how to reach out, who to reach out, and exactly what to say, even if you have never done it before. So, let's go! A coffee chat is simply a casual conversation with a professional, usually 20 to 30 minutes, where you ask questions about their work, their company, their journey, and trying to build a connection. You are not asking for a job. You are asking for insights. You are asking for a perspective. You are trying to learn more about their work, their company culture, their journeys, etc., so that you can make better decisions about your own job search or career. It could be a virtual call like on Zoom or a phone call, or it could be in person at a local cafe. But the point is that it's informal, it's intentional, and it's the most effective way to know and understand more about Canadian job market, especially from someone who's already working in the industry. Quick 3 reasons coffee chats are a game changer. First, let's understand what networking really means. When someone says build your network, it's not about going out and meeting more people. It's about building your network within your industry with people who understand the work you do, understand the value that you bring, and either guide you or connect you to people, organizations, or opportunities. And trust me, these relationships matter. When you are new to a country, you are literally starting from scratch. And your network becomes the way you get access to visibility and opportunity. And coffee chats help you start building that bridge. Number 2, coffee chats help you become interview ready without the pressure. When you are new to this country, interviews here can feel like a shock. Behavioral questions, star method, self-promotion. But in coffee chats, you actually get a chance to talk about yourself. You refine your story, you gain confidence, and finally, when you get that interview, you are ready. Third, the professionals that you meet help you bridge the gap between your past experience and Canadian job expectations. Even if you have worked in the same profession, same role in your home country, things here might be slightly different. Um, are there any certifications that you need to do? Are there any communication style or soft skills that are preferred? Are there any tools that probably you have never used before? When you meet people here who are actually working in your target role, they can give you inside scoop. They can help you understand the gaps that are there in your experience and job market expectations. And then you can take some action so that you can strengthen your profile and show that you are so ready for that job. Well, I do have a bonus point for you. You can also get to see how Canadian workplace culture works, how people interact, what do they value, how do they lead. These are all the things that you can come across and learn in coffee chats. These are not the things that you can easily Google. Rather, you can only learn this through conversations and observations. Now, if you are still thinking whether to spend your time on coffee chats, the answer is a big yes. You should go out and meet people in your industry so that you can gain some confidence, you can refine your story and the way you put yourself across in actual interviews. Start small, reach out. One conversation can open doors to many more. A lot of people get stuck at this stage. They want to have coffee chats, but they really don't know who to ask. You don't need to have a personal connection with somebody to ask for a coffee chat. In fact, in most of the cases, you are reaching out to strangers. Start with people working in your field or the companies that you are curious about. So look out for people working in your targeted role or working in your dream companies, alumni from your school or college, or professionals who are immigrants or career changers, because oftentimes they get it. You can easily filter these people from LinkedIn search. Don't overthink the level because you don't need to speak to a vice president or a director. In fact, people who are just 1 to 2 steps ahead of you can provide incredible value. Now, let me tell you what is it that worked for me. When I started reaching out to people on LinkedIn way back in 2019, 2020, I was already working in Canada, but I was not working in my field. And I realized that it's only if I put myself out there in front of people who are working in my field, I might be able to break back into my industry. So I leaned in hard. Every single day, I used to send out 10 to 15 coffee chat requests to strangers. And every day, I would get a response from 2 to 3 people, and that's like a 15 to 20% return. Now, imagine for a second that if you are sending out 1 to 2 messages a week, it could take weeks for you to get that first conversation. It's a numbers game. The more requests you send out, the better chance you have to get frequent and more conversations. And each conversation can open doors for you. So do that. Now, how do you exactly reach out? There are 2 ways to do it. One is LinkedIn and the other is email. On LinkedIn, if a person is directly connected to you, you can send them a message, or if not, you can either send them a personalized note or if you have a mutual connection, ask them to introduce you to that person. A mutual connection, if they introduce you, you have a better chance of getting a response. If somehow you are unable to reach out to people through LinkedIn, you can try email. You can get their email addresses either from their contact information on LinkedIn or a platform like hunter.io. Now let's talk about the message itself. Whether you are sending the message on LinkedIn or via email, it needs to have these 4 elements. Number 1, why are you reaching out? Give them a little context. Are you new to the industry? Are you new to the country? What is the context? Number 2, why this person? You need to show that this is not a copy paste that you are sending out to hundreds of people. Is it their role, their journey, or something they have posted online that kind of resonated with you? It helps them feel seen and respected. Number 3, set expectations. Let them know that you are not going to ask for a job. Tell them what is it that you are trying to achieve out of this call. Are you trying to learn more about their company, their role, their journey, etc.? And number 4, last, which is logistics. Share some time frame or format that you would like to do this with. Like in the next 2 or 3 weeks, either on Zoom or in person. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to get started. Just reach out and don't get disheartened if you don't get a response. Just follow up once and move on to the next person. Please understand that this is all part of the process. So, you got a yes. Amazing. Now let's talk about something that most people overlook, the conversation itself. Yes, it's a coffee chat. Yes, it's informal, but that doesn't mean you show up unprepared. You need to take this as serious as a job interview because first impressions matter. What you need to focus on, that you need to leverage this coffee chat to build credibility and leave a mark. So, dress well even if it's on Zoom. Be on time, and even better if you be a little early. And prepare your questions. How do you prepare questions? Every individual and professional doesn't have the same view or vision of the company, of the industry that they work in. So your question need to match that level and perspective. Now, the simple way to look at it is like an organization is divided into 3 different levels: the individual level, the managerial level, and the leadership level. The individual level or the tactical level is where most of the individual contributors work. Your analysts, account coordinators, associates, etc. These are the doers. These are the people who are in the weeds every single day. So they know their tools, they know their systems, and they know their team culture. So the kind of questions you can ask them are, tell me about the day in your work. Tell me about the different tools or systems you work with. What kind of challenges a new joinee can face in your department or team? Now comes the next level, which is the managerial level. You'll find team leads, managers, senior managers, basically people with direct reports. Their view of the organizations or the challenges that most of the time they work with are managing a team ensuring there is collaboration, and hiring. So, the kind of questions you can ask them are: what are you looking for in your next hire? How do you ensure there is collaboration in your team, etc.? Now comes the leadership level. These are the people who are VPs, directors, department heads, and most of the time, the things that they are working on are strategy, vision, and departmental impact. So, the kind of questions you can ask them are: what are some of the upcoming skills that you would like to see in the next generation of professionals? What are the impact of AI or new technology happening on your department or your industry, etc.? These are few of the questions that you can ask different people with different responsibilities and perspective in the industry. Please keep this thing in mind that you don't need to ask all the questions. You just need to prepare 3 to 5 thoughtful questions that match their perspective. And you don't need to treat your questions like a rigid checklist that you must tick off. If there is a conversation that sparks your interest, that sparks your curiosity, take that detour, because that's where the real connection and camaraderie happens. And don't forget to listen, because coffee chats are not about talking. They are more about learning and listening. Now that you know how to drive conversations, let's talk about some quick things that you should and shouldn't do in a coffee chat. Let's start with the do's first. Number one, be very clear about who you are and what you want. During a coffee chat, your purpose is to leave a mark so that this person remembers you, remembers something specific about you. So be clear on your elevator pitch. What's your story? What you bring to the table, and what you are looking for. And please do not say, I'm looking for any job. It might sound flexible, but at the end of the day, the other person doesn't know how to help you, and it will make them forget about you. Now, second, you should know why are you meeting this person. You should know why you chose to speak to this person. What is it that you are trying to achieve after meeting this person? The more you know about this person and why you are meeting him, that makes your questions and your whole conversation very targeted. Number three, logistics. Make sure the moment they say yes, you don't keep them hanging. Send them a quick invite, block their calendar, send them time, location, and a quick agenda. Be early when on the day and the time of the coffee chat. And finally, when your coffee chat is done, make sure you send them a thank you note. Mention something specific you discussed during the coffee chat, which will make it look very genuine and grateful. Now, the don'ts. Number one, you are not asking for a job or a referral. You have already asked for a favor by reaching out and asking for their time. You don't want to be that one person who keeps on asking again and again and again. If they see potential in you, they might offer to refer you, but let it come from them rather than from you. And second, don't be that person who keeps the entire conversation about himself or herself. Nobody likes talking to somebody who's a walking, talking advertisement. So Make sure you have a genuine conversation, have your questions, and be ready to listen and learn. Now, coffee chats are basically a way to build genuine connections and long term relationships. So focus on that. Just make sure that you show up, you are grateful, and you come across as somebody who's prepared and knows what he or she is doing. Now, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. I want to know and learn more from you. So if you have any questions, any feedback or thoughts, make sure you drop those in the comments. I'll make sure to answer any questions and find some inspiration from my next video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.